Hey there, it is Wednesday. Grateful that you're with me. Pastor Al here, and we're going to talk today about trust. I hope you're having a great day today, and God's Word is going to give us something good today to help us through the rest of the week. I believe it. And so, trust is one of those things that if you've walked with Jesus Christ for any length of time, you know that there have been seasons in your walk with Him that you've had to trust Him with things you don't understand. And it looks differently for all of us. We all are on different paths with God. And so for us, trust issues are unique to who we are and our walk with Jesus Christ, our testimony. And so today we're going to be talking about the trust of Job. And in the 13th chapter of Job, he talks about trust. And it's kind of an ominous statement, actually. The statement that Job makes is about trust to the extreme. Now, hopefully, we're never in a position where we've had to trust God the way that Job did. And if you know the story of Job, you read the book of Job, you know how this all starts to happen. God starts to brag on Job a little bit to Satan and say what a great man he is. And Satan starts to test God and say, hey, you know what? Let me put my hand on him and he'll curse you. And so God calls his bluff. And of course, we know as we read through the story of Job, and in the 13th chapter, he has already been with his friends, his three friends, for some time, sitting there trying to console him, but also trying to judge him at the same time, not understanding the justice and the sovereignty of God. And that's probably the one biggest point when it comes to trust. And it may be things that we trust that we don't understand, and clearly you've probably been in a place where you've had to trust him with something you're just not comprehending. And trust, it begins where our understanding or our logic ceases. When we can see things clearly, we can comprehend and understand that we don't need to trust God with that. We can validate it and evaluate it on our own merit. But there are times when things are hidden from us, and God makes these choices for our life that are different than what we want, different than what we'd like to see. And that's where, when our understanding ceases, that's where the trust has to happen. And clearly in Job's life, this was happening. He had lost everything except for his wife. He had lost everything, all of his possessions, and now he was painfully inflicted with sores, and he was trying to get comfort with these guys that were with him. And it wasn't working for him. It wasn't working for them. And so he makes the statement in the chapter 13 of his book, verse 15. He says this, though he slay me, yet will I trust him. And that statement seems ominous to us and seems very final to us. That Job would make this statement saying, you know, he can kill me if he wants to, but I'm still going to trust him. And we don't put enough emphasis on the fact of Job's trust for God with his own life. That Job trusted God with everything, including his existence. And he makes it very clear in this verse that his existence means nothing when it comes to the will of God. And we see Jesus doing the same thing in the Garden of Gethsemane when he says, not my will, O Father, but yours be done. So we often credit the Lord with that, but remembering in the back of our mind that he was all God and all man. But here's a man who was just like us, the man of Job. And after losing all that he ever had, he said, naked I came into this world, naked I'll leave. And he makes this statement in chapter 13 where he says, though he slay me, yet will I trust him. So what is God asking for us today? And what does he want for us today? He's not asking that we allow ourselves to realize that our lives are in his hands. He should know that already. And that we should give everything over to him. What he's asking for is that when things happen that we don't understand, when things happen that we can't grasp or put our minds around, that we trust him with those things. You know, God is mysterious, and he leaves things for us to trust him with. If he revealed all these things to us, we wouldn't need to trust him. So clearly it's an issue of him providing an area for us to walk in faith, walk in trust, and allow him to be able to be the one that we rely upon. And so if you're going through that time right now, or maybe you've been through that time, rejoice that, number one, he understands you. Number two, he's got his best interest in mind for you. And number three, even though you don't understand, you can still trust him. May you find that encouragement today. Have a great day in Jesus.